So, what would you drive 500 miles to go get? Well, we drove 500 miles and spent $300 on U-Haul fees to get this hot rod. It had a crate engine, 260 horsepower. After I ran the casting numbers, that's exactly what it said. I was super excited to go hop in this thing and immediately do burnouts. Little did I know the impending doom that was to come. We're just leaving Tucson to spend $3,000 on something we don't need nor nor should buy. Well, 25, but the U-Haul, dude, this truck was $300.
It was expensive high, by the way.
It's $300 for the day for the truck and trailer. Good grief, dude! And then I ate this Lunchable. Can you see it? Oh my god, dude! It tasted like salt and mold water. Good god, dude! Because of the stupid lockdown, I can't go to Subway, which is my go-to. So we're just leaving Tucson. We have like 8 billion miles to go. What can I tell you? This Jeep has a crate motor, and it's a 260 horse GM Goodwrench motor. All the numbers were matching. That's pretty awesome. I'm super stoked. It's got a quadrijet intake, so I got a quadrijet for it, which is the best thing to run on it for carb. So yeah, stay tuned for more shenanigan nonsense, and if we see anything random or pointless on the road, you'll be the first to know. So here's a zen moment of Junkyard Jeep. So here's how I found this Jeep, and this is what I always do when I go on the hunt. I get a number in my head. 1,500 is usually on my budget, and I keep thinking night and day, when I'm asleep, when I'm awake, night and day. 1,500. It has to be an old CJ5 with a V8 swap that's almost ready to go. And I'll just only think that when I search Facebook and Craigslist. And I'll search Facebook and Craigslist like 3 times a day, 4 times a day, every day, and keep thinking that. And between 2 weeks to a month, exactly what I'm looking for will show up. And that's what happened with this one. I sold the green turd, and yeah, I was really sad to see it go. The stupid 4-speed didn't work out. Never buy rebuilt stuff on Craigslist, whatever you do. You just have no idea what you're getting into. But I waited, I looked around. There was CJ7s for $9 grand. There's CJ5s for $5-6 grand because they don't go for as much as CJ7s. There's scramblers going for like 15 grand, way out of my budget. But then, sure enough, it was about 3 weeks into the deal. We found this hot rod. It was a little more than I wanted to spend, but that's how you find stuff. If I break the transmission, I'll manifest a T15 on Facebook or Craigslist, and after 2 weeks to a month, I'll find it. You just got to put all your heart, energy, and soul into finding the stupid part you're looking for. Anyway, that was your pointless, non-zen moment. And, hey, free Wi-Fi at that hotel. Dude, pull over, I'm going. That's a mold-tel. Alright, so we're in Wickenburg. This is a really awesome little town. Man, I would love to spend a day here. There's just all kinds of neat little shops. There's old Jeeps everywhere out here. I always see Jeeps for sale in Wickenburg. Old Jeeps. And this is it. This is where they are. It's just, I never get out here so far. Well, there's a Subway and a taco shop merged together. Cool. Why didn't they do that in the first place, huh? Wow, this is kind of a big little town.
Historic.
Oh, and you can go thrashing down this wash. Oh, you could get some high speed in that wash if you had something fast. It's all flat, man. You could lie in that wash? North? Are we supposed to be going north? I have no idea. I just know there's a Jeep out here somewhere. Souls Wash, okay. Wow, that's an awesome wash, man. Wow, what a neat little town. So green. Wow, what an awesome little town, man. It reminds me of Bisbee and Oracle, like mixed together, yeah. Wow. What city is this? Where are we at? Congress. Dude, there are so many. There was a dude back there who had like 5 Willys wagons in his yard, all in various stages of death. This dude is in the wood business or something. This dude's got... Oh, there's some nice seats. Oh, can you stop? Dude, that guy had some awesome Jeep seats. I swear to God. Here, can we just flip around?
No.
Just really quick. Alright. Oh, that dude had some awesome seats. Those might have been Corvette seats, I'm not sure.
No, show the ground. Yeah. We are so high up. Oh my God.
Wow, it's like, this is like commercial jetliner altitude here. Oh my God, we're gonna be towing a Jeep down this. I can't believe it. That's crazy. Check out this bridge. This is so awesome. I want to live out here. Oh, genuine wooden bridge. Awesome. Yeah, there's a creek. Oh man. This is awesome. You don't see stuff like this in Tucson. There's nothing like this in Tucson.
Oh my gosh. I love this. River Bridge. Still not as nice as mine.
Alright, so how often do you go to buy a Jeep with no motor, or with no carburetor on it, and there's cows in the middle? Is that a female or a male?
Oh, there's a man. That's a cow.
See, everyone has old Jeeps out here.
Oh, the baby's so small. Oh, they're smart. Oh, there's a cow.
So, we finally made it to this hot rod, and I was hoping to just slap my Quadrajet on this thing and immediately start doing burnouts in the middle of the street. Well, things immediately got more complicated. We already had a fuel tank in dire need of help and a whole arsenal of other issues. Let's rip into this thing. Is there just the one?
Just one.
Okay. Alright, well, we got a hole in the gas tank and we got this nonsense. So we're going to put this on.
Oh yeah.
Plug up all these holes. I don't want to fill up the gas tank with sand, and then we're going to go straight to burnouts and dumping the clutch at $5 grand. Okay. So, after we got the hose on, with a lot of fighting and swearing and pushing and pulling, we get to do fun stuff now, like putting on carburetors and hearing it run.
It's like something's not even.
There it is.
Alright, let me get...
So what is it? Like battery issues?
Yep, there we were. Seconds from firing this thing up, which was the reason we drove 500 miles in the first place. And, of course, we had to relocate the ground strap. Find a bolt. Find a hole in the frame to put the bolt through. Before we could even get it going.
Alright.
So the firing order was way off. A bunch of the wires were swapped to wrong cylinders. I reran all the wires, and it did run a lot better. It did start up a lot easier, but you could definitely tell it had a dead cylinder. These old Chevy V8s have a very smooth sound when they rev up, and you could definitely tell if there's a hole down. The firing order was completely wrong. I mean, every cylinder was off. I reset the timing. I adjusted I got all the plugs and the wires in the right place. Yeah, I think this cylinder's hurt. Not much of a difference, really. I gotta take the air cleaner off. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Okay. I know the wire was still on it. Pull that plug. Was it this one? Or this one? Yeah. I'm gonna shut it up. Wow, it's hot. It's at 200. That's not overheating, but we don't want any hotter than that. Front one right here. I can't help but notice, why does a Chevy V8 running on 7 cylinders sound exactly like an AMC engine running on all 8? Those AMC V8s, they got the choppiest idle. I got a CJ5 with AMC 360 V8. Man, it sounds just like the Chevy motor right now.
So it's missing.
Yeah, there's a dead cylinder, and it's running really hot.
What? Oh, so if it's not running,
It needs,
it's gonna run hotter because it's not.
It needs a fan really bad.
Oh yeah. Well, we know that.
I shut it off at 200. Before we start it, we'll have to pour water all over the radiator. It's not overheating, but anymore.
You just don't want it to.
I don't know. So about this point, after test driving it and working on it and not getting cylinder 2 to fire at all, I was really starting to have doubts about this thing, and I was limited on time and had to get the U-Haul truck back. Alright, status report. I'm really beat. We worked for 2 hours. He had the firing order was wrong. I fixed the firing order. Cylinder 2 was really weak. All the other cylinders were really strong. The thing had lots of torque, but cylinder 2 was really weak. I pulled the wire off, and it just kept. There was no change in the idle. We tried driving it. It sputtered really bad. I stomped on it, and it just sputtering really bad. Couldn't get out of second gear. Pulled the valve covers off. Rockers are all moving, so there's no stuck valves. The plug wasn't fouled with oil. I don't know what it was. Maybe just the valve was bad or burnt. But I couldn't get it to run in all 8, and we had to.
Person in the background.
Oh, there's a Dollar General, dude.
What in here?
Dude, way on top of a mountain, there's a Dollar General. All right, it's goat time. So, I really wanted to get that blue Jeep. I ran the casting numbers. It had a GM crate motor, 260 horse. We could have easily put a little cam in that and got 300 plus. That thing would have been a ripper. I only had 2 hours to work on that thing before I had to get out of there, get out of Prescott, drive 250 miles back to the U-Haul place before I had to pay another $100 some for another day. So when I got there, I had 2 hours to basically get the Jeep running good enough to want to buy it. And what a sweetie! Look at this awesome goat. I had 2 hours to get this thing running enough to buy it. I worked as much as I could to get that one cylinder to fire. It would not fire. I could not get the thing to run on all 8. I tried everything. if I had more time to compression test it, pull the heads off, maybe find a bent valve or find a leaky valve, maybe do a head swap or a quick valve swap right there in the field. But 2 hours was just not enough time. So I had to let it go. He wanted $2,500 for it, and that would have been a smoking deal if it ran an all 8. That would have been an awesome deal. But with a dead cylinder, we couldn't agree on a lower price, which is all good. It was still a nice, solid Jeep. It was still an awesome Jeep I would have loved to own. I loved the faded blue on it. It had nice lift. It had nice tires. Brakes and clutch were good. Had a T15, which, I mean, it's the best Jeep 3-speed if you're going to run a Chevy V8. So at least they had the strongest 3-speed versus something horrible like a T150 or an SR4 or something, or a T5. But we had to let it go, and yeah, we had to eat the money on the U-Haul fees, but the road trip was an absolute blast. It was really cool to see all those little towns I never would have seen before. And oddly enough, I think it was only maybe a week or two after that, we basically went back to the exact same place and found something radical, which is an understatement, which you are going to see on an upcoming episode of Junkyard Jeep. I will give you a sneak peek about what we dragged from the depths of Cottonwood, which is basically up in Prescott. And you'll see a sneak peek of that now. Alright, we got it running good now. And we'll see you on the next episode, Junkyard Jeep. Can't win them all, but the trip was awesome and worth it. We got to get out of the house and go do stuff and look at stuff. It was fun anyway. I loved it. It was a blast. Didn't I already say we'll catch you on the next blah 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 Junkyard Jeep? Yeah, okay, later, dude.